How do you become a millionaire? I'm going to tell you how to get started in this video. First, I'm going to give you the bad news. The bad news is there is no secret, there is no magic formula, there is no hidden button that allows you to skip to the end. There's also no secret formula to skipping to the middle. Everybody starts at the beginning. Everyone starts. Now, most people are looking for a way to 1, 2, skip a few, 99, a million, and get right there to the end, or look at the fast lane to get there. And look, strategies and formulas can be really helpful roadmaps. For example, I work with a lot of physical product entrepreneurs, and I give them the formula for hitting $1 million in revenue, and have created hundreds and hundreds of millionaires as a result of that formula. It works, but they all start at zero. They all start at the beginning, and nobody gets to skip that step. There's things that you can do to go faster, but nobody gets to skip the very beginning, and the beginning is a grind. So the question is, what are the steps to start grinding? Okay? And the grind can suck. So if you're up for the suck, then let me tell you how to do it. 2 pieces at the beginning. You ready for this? Number 1, especially if you are just a new college graduate, or you are leaving a career, or you are starting something new, or you're dissatisfied with where you are, you need to be in yes mode. You need to be in yes mode to everything. Every relationship, every opportunity, every good idea, everything that comes your way, you are in yes mode. You know, it's kind of easy to sit here and say, like, the first thing you need to do is you need to find an opportunity. Well, how do you find an opportunity? You say yes to everything that comes your way. Every introduction, everything that someone throws at you, you say yes to, with the understanding that 80% of them are going to lead nowhere. As a multimillionaire entrepreneur, I can still tell you that 80% of the shots I take lead nowhere. 80% of the relationships that I meet lead nowhere. 80% of the opportunities that I pursue lead nowhere. And so if my success rate's 80%, somebody who is just starting out, their success rate is probably going to be even lower. But they open up future shots. They open up future opportunities. Your job at the beginning is to take as many shots as possible, to meet as many people as possible, to create as many relationships and opportunities as possible. You will eventually find one that takes off. One of them will do it, and it only takes one. It only takes one. Your job is to line up as many of those as possible, or to put yourself in position to have one of them hit. And guess what? Yours is not gonna look exactly like somebody else's. It's gonna look very different. Even if you're following the same formula, the same training, the same method, the same mentor, the one that hits for you is going to end up looking very differently than everybody else's. So it's your job to go stack the deck in your favor so that one is, when you're ready, that one hits. So you say yes to as many opportunities as possible. Everything is yes mode. Every client, every customer, every need. And number 2, you give until it hurts to every person that comes along your way. You don't need an investor. You don't need a great idea. You don't need to wait for a partner. You don't need any of those things. You need to listen. You need to listen to each one of those opportunities and each one of those people that shows up. And you need to deposit as many checks into that relationship bank account as possible. You need to be giving as much as humanly possible until it hurts. I believe that when you go in a new direction, you have to give more than you expect to receive if you want the result. If you want to get 6-pack abs, you've got to burn more than you consume for long enough until you prove yourself worthy of the result. The same is true with business and money and pursuing a new opportunity. You have to give more than you expect to receive if you want to become deserving of the result. So you give until it hurts to each one of those opportunities, to each one of those people that comes your way. As you start making deposits into those relationship accounts, and look, this is true, let's just take this super tactical here for a second. If you are building a physical products brand, there are people who try 7 different products until one of them hits. And then that one hits as a result of them making deposits to their customers, making deposits to their influencers, making deposits to their employees, making deposits to their manufacturers, working as hard as possible on each one of the things that they said yes to until one of them catches fire. That's what it looks like. And sometimes that means setting up a social media account, listening to what your customers want, and doing everything it takes to make them insanely happy. Like, I work with entrepreneurs who are like, what's the secret to get reviews? Do you know what the secret to get reviews is? It's having really, really happy customers that you listen to and that you made a bunch of deposits into the relationship account. That's the secret to getting reviews. There's no tactic, there's no algorithm. There's relationship capital, and guess what? That is free for you to do, which is why it doesn't take half the things that people think it takes in order to get started, in order to start to see progress. So number 1, say yes to everything. Step 2, go all in on making deposits into the relationship bank account. Give until it hurts to give. And number 3, once something starts to move, cut off everything else and go all in on the one thing that is moving. When things are right, they're easy. When things are easy, you're more likely to stay motivated and you're more likely to go all in on them. You don't need 9 different things. You don't need to make $30 a day from this thing and $50 a day from this thing and $1,000 a day from this thing until it all adds up. No, you need one thing to hit. One of them. There are a million ways to make $1 million. You only need one of them. You don't need to pursue every idea. You only need one. So once you have something that's moving as a result of you giving as much as possible, you cut off all of the other options and you go all in on your best idea. Then, when you have earned the right to have something working in the marketplace, then you can later say yes to something else. You can have as many things going as you want, but not at the same time. The secret to being a millionaire is identifying your best opportunities, going all in on it, and cutting off everything else while nurturing the thing that is working.